This is the Mr. Chris Hip Hop Podcast, episode number 7. Let's go! Yo, come on, let's go. Put your right leg to the side. Now jump. Put your left leg to the side. Now jump. Cross your arms, do it real tight. Now jump. Put your arms up real high. Now jump. Put your right leg to the side. Now jump. Put your left leg to the side. Now jump. Cross your arms, do it real tight. What it is, what's happening, what it do out there in podcast land. This is episode number 7. Wow, we made it to episode number 7. That is greatness. Thank you, I have to say, to everybody that's been listening to all 7 episodes. I've been getting lots of great feedback, lots of great emails coming in talking about the podcast. Got an email from a girl, Miss Dina Rizzo, who I am definitely going to have her on the show, have her do an interview. She is teacher at Showstoppers Convention right now, hip hop masterclass teacher, so I'm gonna have her on the show. But she sent me an email and just said, love the podcast, love what you're doing. And, she travels all around holding teachers workshops as well. So she was like, a lot of the teachers have the same problems, have the same, concerns and questions and stuff like that. And she's like, this podcast is an answer to that. So thank you for you doing. So I just want to say thank you, Miss Rizzo, for all that you do and for the awesome shout out right there. So welcome back to another week. Like I said, it's episode number 7. Lots of things to cover. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. I know I did. Had a little break off. I was going to try to hit y'all with an old school mix last week, but that Thanksgiving break was just wonderful. Chilling, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so definitely glad to be back in podcast land. Looking forward to sharing some good things with y'all. So real quick, before we get started, let me tell you how you can reach me. Hit the website. These podcasts are also on the website, www.mrchrishiphopdance. For all the video tutorials, we got www.zondaflex.ning. Check that out. I'm posting on there weekly, so peep that. My Twitter handle is at Mr. Chris Hip Hop. If you want to reach me on Instagram, posting all kind of pictures on there as well. It is Mr. Chris Hip Hop, and Facebook page is Mr. Chris Hip Hop Dance. So holla at me. Check me out. Also, if you want to send me an email, if you have things that you want to talk about or songs that you want to hear or questions that you have that your studio, your class is dealing with, email me at chris@mrchrishiphopdance.com. So, yeah, so many of you know, I guess in episode 6, we were talking about going to Chicago, and we did. And I have to say, I got to give you the recap. It's going to be a quick one, because I want to get into the class structure and what I did. But definitely, I was inspired by the Chicago trip, and the dancers that we took were inspired as well. We didn't take a lot. There were, I think we took a total of 4 is who went, and they had a great time. They were inspired. It was great. So there's a couple things, a couple notes that I took down. I was just trying to take it all in. Some of you teachers know, when you go to a workshop, it's a busy weekend. It's crazy at conventions, and you just try to remember everything that's happening because it's all coming at you so fast. But it's all good stuff. So on my notes, tell you what I got. There's a couple things that happened that stood out to me. Now, this particular one, this was the Pulse Dance Convention up in Chicago, and but they also have a showcase on there. So we actually took, my stepdaughter actually did a solo of hers, and my other stepdaughter did a duet. And so there's a good friend of my wife, shout out to Brock Clausen. He is a choreographer in the Chicago area, deals a lot with, he works with professional dancers, and my wife asked him to come out and to take a look at our duet and the solo before they went on for the showcase. Now, this wasn't a part of the convention. This was just an advantage to being in Chicago and having access to professional choreographer that happens to be a good friend of ours. So he was like, I will do it. I'll come down, I'll check you out and give you my feedback. So we go in there, and we were kind of, some of you dance teachers know, when you're at the conventions or competitions, it's hard to find a space to dance, but we were prepared. We did come with our, I got this this rolling. It's not a boombox. I mean, this thing is loud. It's like I don't know. It looks like a piece of luggage that you would carry. I don't know. It's like a big speaker. But it does the job. It gets the job done. And that's after many years of trying to play a laptop. Some of you know being in the lobby trying to play a laptop does not work. I came one year. I found an old school boombox that plays iPods. I found it on Amazon. I got excited. I was like, this is gonna be it. Then I realized that I had to be plugged in somewhere, so I couldn't just go anywhere. And then there was another studio that was right next to us practicing, and they had the Beats by Dre, the little pill thing, the little pill joints. And that thing, it blew us out the water. I was like, look at this. We got to step our game up. What is happening? And so I went and got this at Sam's. This joint's off the chain, so it goes everywhere we go. So we took that, set up a little spot, and we were trying to be considerate to the other people because this thing is really loud. So we kept it down low, so just enough for us to be able to hear it, for the dancer to be able to hear it. And she did her thing. I mean, she did her solo, and the duet ran and got lots of valuable feedback from Brock. Now, here's the thing. There's one thing that he said that just, you know how I am. I'll get inspired by the smallest thing, but it was something that jumped out. And as soon as he said it, I wrote it down in my Evernote. Shout out to Evernote. Dance teachers, if you don't have Evernote, get it. Don't take the notes on your phone, because if your phone crashes, well, no, unless you have have it in the cloud. Put everything in the cloud is what I'm saying. So anyway, I took this note down. And I was like, this is going in the podcast. And it is this. It's just simple, to the point. Listen to your coach. Listen to your teacher. Listen to your coach. That could be a song too. Maybe I need to put that on the next album. But yes, listen to your coach. That person that's giving you that input, that's looking at you, giving you their professional opinion. Listen to them. It's so important. He said one thing to my stepdaughter. He said when you're doing your turns, connect your passe. That's all he said. Now, of course, I'm a hip hop teacher, so I don't necessarily, a lot of this stuff, a lot of terminology is still new to me. I know my wife teaches everything, so I hear it a lot of times, but so I had to look. I was like, well, what is the passe? What is connecting the passe? And it made me think, when I watched her do it, it made me think about everything in hip hop that you do, from stalls to having swag, top rock, crumping, ticking, popping, waving. Isn't it always just that one thing that if you fix that one thing, it'll change everything? It might be getting low. It might be coming into class with a hat on. It might be wearing baggy shorts. I don't know. I'm just saying one thing. If you're doing your face freeze or your stall, just shifting your elbow a little bit into your ribs to hold you up a little, using your power arm. So many things. But he said one thing. He said, connect your passe. And I seen a difference right off the bat. I'm like, look at this. One thing. And a lot of times, some of you teachers know too, our kids hear us all the time, give corrections and all that. I think sometimes they get numb to it. I think they know how to block us out. I think it's something that they've developed. They just block us out. But yeah, that one thing can change your world. So listen to them. It's valuable, because I was like, that right there will turn into, just a winning season if you make one adjustment. So listen to your coach. That's all I'm going to say on that. Listen to him, because, one thing can change everything. Here's another thing that I noticed in Chicago, on the Chicago recap, is the gear that everybody was wearing was dope. I've seen so many dope shoes in the building, sweats, all sorts of gear. So I definitely want to shout out, there was one particular brand that I want to shout out on the podcast, and it is Urban Empire. So go to urbanempire.com, check them out. They definitely got some stuff. Even if you just wearing it I mean, I'm not even saying, I mean, you can use it for competition. You can wear it to compete, but just wearing it. I mean, I think just having it on, you know what I mean? I see people walking around with the dope sweats, the hats and all that. And it's like, it just gives you, you know, that swag that you need. Gear is important. In hip hop, gear is important. How you dress is how you're gonna feel. And sometimes, you know, there's a lot of teachers included. I mean, there's a lot of times, even myself, if I'm going to class, like, I might have one of my chilling days. One of my chilling days is, you know, I got on my regular sweatpants. I got on regular sweatshirt. I'm just chilling, and I'm feeling good and I'm comfortable. But sometimes, I got on my running shoes, which one of my boys in hip hop class was like, you know, I had them on. I was in the office and I was chilling all day. I came to class in my shoes. He's like, Mr. Chris, what's up with the shoes? It's normally I'll come in, you know, I'll try to have my Converse or my shell toe Adidas, just, you know, get me in the mood. You know what I mean? But he's like, what's up with the shoes? I was like, oh, my running shoes is on today. He was like, yeah, nah, bruh. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, nah, you got the shoes. I'm like, leave my shoes alone, bruh. So anyway, Urban Empire, check them out. Dope gear. Peep them out. All right, so back to Chicago. So there were some classes that I went in. We definitely got the teachers pass where we can go into each one of the classes and kind of hang out, see what they were doing. So I took a couple notes on some of the teachers that I want to point out in the class. Main thing I was looking for, you know, whenever I see things that jump out to me that I can use, that you can use as hip hop teachers, I try to remember those things, because those are the technique moves that in hip hop that we're talking about. So here it is. Here's my first one I took down. Chuck Maldonado. He taught a class. He was teaching the little ones. Now he taught all way in, but the one class I was in, it was the younger ones. And here's what I loved. Chuck started off the class with an across the floor warm up. Now I think this was the second day. I think he did a combo the first day, but the second day when I was in there, started off with a across the floor combo, and he did a top rock move, and it was just kickball change, but it was going to the side. So like the right foot goes out and it drops down the ball of foot, change your weight to the left foot out to the left side. Then you kick the left foot, drop it, kick the foot out to the right side. So across the floor, he did put on Will Smith Getting Jiggy With It. So right then I was like, oh, getting jiggy with it. Nah. Took it back on him. Some of them didn't even know what that was. Like, who is that? Is that Willow and Jaden's dad? But yeah, so that was dope. He also did what I call like I don't know the name of it. It's a name and I don't know it. But it's a footwork move that they use in locking, where it goes like you take your right foot and it goes up down, and then your legs kind of open close, and you go left foot up down open close, boom boom cat boom boom cat. It's a certain kind of walk. I'm gonna have to look that up and put that in the show notes for you. But yeah, that was dope. So he did that on the way back, switch songs, and yes, he did come in with the Cupid Shuffle. So I definitely put it down in my notes. I was like, have to put that on my Spotify playlist for my Across the Floor. Took it back on him, old school, Getting Jiggy With It, and Cupid Shuffle. So that was great. I mean, I left that class. I was like, yes, some footwork. So teachers, here's what I'm saying. Definitely use that time, put it into your curriculum to be able to get in some of the, like I use a lot of those top rock moves, footwork, kick outs, kickball changes, stuff like that in my dance combinations. But sometimes it's good to introduce it to your kids, not necessarily in a combo, but do it across the floor, put on some fun music, and have a good time. Let them go one at a time. So that was dope. Here's another thing that I noticed. My man Tucker taught a awesome class. He did Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. And it was great. It was a fun, it was an energetic routine. I mean, I was sitting on the side just pumped. I was like, they wanna say hands side. It's my jam though. Anyway, so yeah, he did that in the dance. How about Tucker put in the whip dance? I said, and I had to yell it out loud. When he did it, he dropped that hand there. He did whip dance. Hey, hold up, whip dance. I said whip dance. Tucker was like, yes, it is the whip dance. So I got excited about that. It was a great combination to shake it off. Loved it. The kids loved it. But here is something, again, you know me. That inspiration, it hits me, and I'm like, whoa, where's my Evernote? Well, I can't even open. You ever be on your phone and it lock up on you? You can't even. Like, what's wrong? It always happens when you want to take a picture or a video. Especially if you see my phone, I got the Samsung. I got too much stuff on it. It's time to upgrade you. Let me upgrade you. All right. So anyway, here's what Tucker said. Love this. So he was running groups. Love this. And he said, it's very important. He gave this whole speech, actually, about clapping for others when their group goes. So if he divides you up into 3-4 groups, and then group 1 goes, when they get done, clap for them. And then this is what he told him. And this is what I loved. He said, whatever you give out is going to come back to you. I said, that is so true. I said, say it, Tucker. Say it. Whatever you give out, it will come back to you. And so that right there, I knew. I was like, woo, when I get back to Nashville, I know I'm going to be on one again. But it is important. Don't look at, you know what I'm saying? And we got to teach our kids that. Especially in hip-hop class, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times we'll be using our freestyle circle, and sometimes it'll turn into a battle. Sometimes it's freestyle, but sometimes it'll turn into a battle. And they be going at each other like, oh, what you want, son? What you want? And so sometimes that, you want them to have that competitive edge. You want them to have that eye of the tiger. But at the same time, you have to realize that we are all in this together. You know what I mean? So giving it up for each other. And it what it does is when you do it in the studio, then when you get to competition or performance, whatever you're doing, you get used to doing it. You get used to encouraging each other. And you do it when you're backstage. You do it when you get in there. And what's happening is you create this atmosphere of winning, this atmosphere of encouragement, this atmosphere that gets you on fire. And that's what you want. That's what you want. That's what happens in every situation when you go to do a performance. The atmosphere changes, first of all, because you put nerves in it. And I know I'm getting off on a tangent again, but I gotta say this. It you know what I'm saying? What I say? It just, I don't know. I mean, there's nerves involved. You're about to do a performance. You're about to go before people. It is very important how your team builds each other up. And so I think it starts in the classroom. So to my hip-hop teachers out there, let's work that into the curriculum. Clapping, make that a lesson. Clap when the other people go. When they go and they freestyle, give it up for them. When they come back, sometimes I'll have, they go in a circle, they do some moves, come back, give them high fives, encouragement. So really love that by Tucker. It was dope. Clapping for others. What you give out will come back to you. Here's another one. Mr. Dave Scott was in the building. Now Dave Scott taught an advanced routine, and here's what I was loving. Dave Scott, I don't know if many of you know him. Look him up. Look up some of his combinations on it. This dude can pop, wave, tick, animate with the sickness. Insane. And I know sometimes, even myself, when you're teaching, a lot of times at a convention or a workshop or a master class, and you're not just having your regular classes at the studio, it's hard sometimes to teach some of the intricate, like animation, robot, ticking moves, because you can't see it, especially when you're on stage. A lot of people can't see when they don't have a mirror. So sometimes, like, if I'm teaching, if I come to teach, I'll just use kind of big moves that you can see if there's not a mirror involved. But here's what I love. Dave went there. I mean, I'm just taking notes. I'm like, this fool a full out 8 count of animation. This fool was ticking. He hit him with twistoflexes. He was gliding. He hit him with shockwaves. Now, shockwaves, we're gonna deal with those. There's a matter of fact, I need to put a shockwave song on the album. So the wave that we deal with 1 through 12, knuckles, fists, wrists, elbow, shoulder, chest, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fist, knuckles, out. That's how you do the wave, and you turn the party on. It's like that, y'all. That's the wave. Well, a shockwave is like that same wave no matter where you take it, it can be a body wave, it can be an arm wave, but it looks like it has electricity in it. So it's like, say if I'm waving left to right, which I always do because it's my habit, but left to right, instead of it going zoom, smooth wave, you can't see that, but hope you can hear my choreography. Left to right, here's the shock wave. It's like, I know that made no sense to you in podcast land, but that's okay. I'm going to do a song about it, and I'm going to put the video up. So check it out. But yes, he did shockwave. He did neck isolations, where it's like, he looked to the back, and then his body turned, and neck came back. Neck-o-flexes is what I call them. So I was inspired just by that, because he was speaking my language. I said, get him, Dave. Get him, son. Done. So Dave Scott killed him. Loved that. Left out of there, I was like, yes. So even some of the combination, when I came back, I was like, oh, we animate now. Oh, we shockwaving now. We doing it now, player. So yeah, that was dope. Loved that. Left out of there, pumped. And then when I thought I couldn't even get pumped up no more, I happened to hear. Now this one, I actually missed this class, but my wife, she actually videotaped the clip of it, brought it to me. She's like, you gotta see this. And it was Lorianne Gibson's class. Did not see the combination that she did, but here's what I did hear and see on the video that my wife showed to me. Lorianne has this whole, and if some of you have been to the Pulse, you know this, because I believe she does this at different conventions she goes, but it's great. It's a motivational chant, and I wrote it down. I was like, babe, play it again. I gotta see it again. It said, and she has everybody repeat after her. So she goes, can't nobody do what I do. Do you say it after her? And then she goes, can't nobody dance how I dance. I was like, yes. And then she was like, I believe at the end she said something like, I wish somebody would have told me that type vibe. Something like that. But when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, that takes me back to episode number 6, where I was talking about building that self-confidence. Now, there is one thing about giving a lecture or talking to the kids, like, you gotta be self-confident, build it up, blah, blah, blah. But there's another thing when you have them actually say it. So I think something happens when people say things. So the kids were saying it, they were having fun, and then she rolled the music. She'd be like, all right, 5, 6, 7, 8. But in between time, motivating them, inspiring them. So I was really inspired by that, and it is true. Can't nobody do what you do. And that's for my dance teachers out there too. What you do is what you do. Who you are is who you are. You bring to the table the unique you that you are, if you will. And can't nobody dance like you dance. So remember that. Put that into your kids. I'm pumped. That pumped me up. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so let me quit rambling. I'm almost out of time, so I need to hurry up. Here's the class structure. If you are taking notes on your Evernote, or if you have paper, or even myself, I know sometimes I'll take these podcasts now, and I'll go back and listen to them on the way. Now, these podcasts are also on YouTube. I started uploading them on YouTube. So you can go to Podomatic.com, check them out. Check them out on the website. And they also on the YouTube channel, Christopher Tyler. So check it out. But anyway, I'll listen to it just to see what I've been working on with the kids. Make sure I miss nothing, and I can know, so it's a good reference for me as well. All right, so here we go. Class structure. Let's get into this. This is a combination of a double, because we had a break. So right before I went to Chicago, I had one more class. And so normally, if it's before Christmas break, before Thanksgiving break, any kind of break coming up, I'll try to do something fun. So this particular class, I didn't do, I just did a quick stretch warm up. And then I went right into a fun combination to a song called Robot by Tripp. So let me play that for you. I want you to check this out. I'll play a little bit of it, and so you can peep it out. Here you go.
I am not your robot, I am not a clone, yeah. You are not my puppeteer and I am not a drone, yeah. Got a new master and I follow him alone. On the good life till I'm gone, it's on. Yeah. Yes, sir. Hey, I was born less than human. I know it sounds crazy, but I was really born a robot as a baby. No real life in me. I just played my role. no self-control. I just did what I was told. I got my first order. I was just.
All right, so yes, dope. I'm not a robot now. So they had a good time with that. Now in that class, I did, I think maybe 4 8 counts in there, and I just had, I did the fundamentals of what we've been working on. 8 count of waves, 8 count of popping, 8 count of top rock, and then I had them do a pin drop, 6 step, and then end with a freeze. So it was a real short one, but just trying to lock in kind of the things that they've been learning. Then so we did that, they had a good time. Definitely used that song. I like that song. So when I came back from Chicago, came right in. Now here's what I started with. Instead of normally I start off with a stretch. Some of I start off with a stretch song. I did not on this class. I came right in to the B-boy B-girl warm up. Now that I actually just recorded that song too. I was doing that before off of an instrumental, and I was saying it to them, and they know it. But I recorded that song, and it's going to be on the album. The album is almost done. I got like 3 more songs, and the new album's coming out. So this is the B-Boy B-Girl warm-up. It's a series of top rock. So it starts off with a kickball chain set. Then it goes into an Indian step. Then it goes into a twisties top rock kind of thing, where their legs are like twisties. And you'll see it. I have one of the videos where they did it to an instrumental. But they do twisties, and they go into a pin drop. They spin around. They do a shuffle on the floor. The legs go up, up, out, in, out, in, out. They go into a 6-step. They do CCs. Now, this is an intermediate move, I would say. So some of the babies definitely won't. This is like a whole set. Some of the babies I just start off with just the top rock, front cross, back cross. But eventually, actually, my 3 and 4-year-olds, I've brought them into the Indian step. So anyway, so they go 6-step, they do CCs, they do kickouts where both legs go out. They go right, left, double on the right, then left, right, double on the left. They roll back, kip up, and then they kick it out to the front, and they kick step back. That's a whole set. I'll have them do that 2-3 times because it's. Now, the purpose that it serves is this. It's for stamina, first of all. Then it's for so they can work on being together when it comes to footwork, because a lot of that's not an easy thing to do when you're down on the ground doing like 6 steps and stuff like that. But work on it, because the more you do it. So, so we did that. And the song that I used, let me play this song for you. This is an old school one. I went back to the movie Beat Street. Got this song called Battle Cry. So I'm going to play a clip of that for you right now. Check this out. Yo. All right, so dope. That's that battle cry. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so then we went into get a whole section of push-ups, sit-ups, and jumping jacks, and I did 25, 25, 25 of each. That one I put on a song called Hands Up. Had like a double time beat. Check it out. Here it is. This is Hands Up.
Throw your hands up, throw your hands up. If you feel me what I'm saying, throw your hands up, throw your hands up, throw your hands up. If you feel me what I'm saying, throw your hands up, throw your hands up, throw your hands up. If you feel me what I'm saying, throw your hands up, throw your hands up, throw your hands up. If you feel me what I'm saying, throw your hands up, throw your hands up, throw your hands up. If you feel me what I'm saying, throw your hands up, throw your hands up, throw your hands up. If you feel me what I'm saying, throw your hands up, throw your hands up, throw your hands up. If you feel me what I'm saying, throw your hands up, throw your hands up, throw your hands up. If you feel me what I'm saying, throw your hands up.
All right, then we went into so after I did all that, they're breathing. They're going now. So they just did a B-boy, B-girl warm-up, push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks. Then I calmed it down a little bit and let's stretch. And I had to check this out. Let me play this for you. I don't know if some of y'all heard this. I had to get the instrumental of this, but it is Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars. Don't believe me, just watch. It's the jam. So I played the instrumental of that, but I did the stretches from the stretch song. So if you don't have that, get that on the Mr. Chris Hip Hop Dance Moves album. Put your hands up in the air, now touch your toes. That's that one. So went through that Uptown Funk. And then I gave them the freestyles. Of course, they wanted to do freestyle circle so they can get out some of their battle moves. And the freestyle song of the week is
freestyle, 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 freestyle.
Once again, my crew, J Squad, checks in with another beat. They always release a beat. Now and I'm on the way to class and I'm like, yo. Well, using that today, check this out. Freestyle song of the week is We Be Wildin' by J Squad. Check it out. All right, so then I came right back. Was you feeling that? I was feeling that. We be wild. Boom. Yeah. I had a little one. One of my 3-year-olds, when they heard that, they start moving around like, woohoo. I said, they got the attitude right there. They finna get buck. Move of the day.
Oh, come on, move something. Come on, move something. Come on, move something. Come on, move something.
Come on, move something. All right, and so it's the top rock move. Like I said, that I saw in Chuck Maldonado's class, where it goes kickball change, but it goes to the side. So instead of kickball change into the back, kickball change to the side. But the arms, I was moving the arms with it. So right when you kick, like if I start with the left foot, my left arm, my fist kind of goes boom, and I'm moving my arms like tick tock tick along with the foot in that top rock move. So that was the move of the day. Top rock, kickball change to the side, went into that, and then I broke them up into groups, and I said, now here's what I want you to do in the b-boy b-girl combination. And I had 3 of my team leaders take different, like 3 or 4 members of the class to different parts of the room, gave them 10 minutes. And I said, you get to come up with a combination, but you have to use one of the top rock moves that's in the warm up. And then other than that, I want to see at least 3 or 4 technique moves that we've worked on before. So they did that. Dope. Super dope. Super dope. Loved it. It was great. The energy was off the chain. Yeah, so that was the class structure. And I think that was it. One last thing. I got to share this before I go. I definitely, like I said, when I came back from Chicago, I was very motivated. And so when I got with the company students, gave them just a little pep talk because, a lot of we do compete here at our studio, so we have a lot of competitions coming up, and I was like, yo, I gotta motivate the troops, gotta let them know. I mean, it's getting close. And so went in there, and again, I'm coming fresh off of Chicago, and I was like, hey, this is all I want to say to everybody in company right now. Today is your day. And basically what I was saying, with that, my whole vibe with the speech was, and I was like, y'all not in trouble. But this is one of those things where it's like, don't wait to get your skills. Don't wait to start dancing full out. Don't wait until I'll dance when I get on stage or when I get to the competition or tomorrow, another day. No, today is your day. What you do, and I told them this, I said, what you do every day, whatever your habits are, is what kind of dancer you're going to be. So whatever you do daily is what's going to happen every week, is what's going to happen every month, and that's your dance year right there. So today is your day. Get your kip up today. Get your head sprained today. Get your right, left, middle splits today. Get your front aerial today. So that's my speech. I was like, let's do it. I mean, and so one example that I gave was, and I posted this on my Instagram, when I was driving back from Chicago, I missed the Odell Beckham Jr. catch for the New York Giants. it was a one-handed grab. And I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I will say this catch was the incredible catch of the year. It was insane. And I was like, the thing I posted on Instagram, but the thing that I loved about the catch was that it showed him practicing the catch with headphones on, and he was in his zone, right? So I was like, he didn't just make that catch just out of luck. He had prepared to make this catch. So I'm like, get in your zone. To all of my students, get in your zone. Get in that zone where when you start dancing, you already see yourself on the stage. You already see yourself winning that platinum, that first overall. You already see yourself blowing the crowd away. You already see yourself killing it. Kill it today. Today is your day. Another thing that I told, and I'm going to end with this. There was, let's see. I always say, whenever, and many of you know this, when you go to a convention or whenever you learn new material, it's contagious. So the dancers that we took to Chicago, they came back with an energy that was like they were on fire, is all I have to say. And so, of course, when they were dancing, you can notice it. You notice something has changed. Same thing happens to us as teachers. Like when I was in Chuck's class, when I heard Tucker speaking, Lorianne, Dave, something changed. I was like, I'm on fire now. I'm a new man. I'm a new man. I'm going back to Nashville. New. And so the dancers came in and they were dancing. And then everybody was like, whoa. And there was one girl in particular, her name was Kate. Shout out to Kate. Kate was looking at my stepdaughter, Jonna. She was like, oh my God. And I want to call it the reach. She did like a reach. But you know how you tell your dancers to go outside of the lines and to go through your fingertips and to do the move, finish all the moves? Well, this day, that was happening in improv. And then another one of the dancers who didn't go to the convention was like, oh no, I want some of that. Give me some of that. I'm taking that. And so when they got up, do their improv and the combination, Kate came in and she just went in. Gnarly. And so my thing is this. I was like, when that energy comes back to you, take advantage of it. Use it, feel it, live off of it, because you don't get it all the time. We all need those refreshers. When you go to Starbucks, you got to get that refresher. So everybody needs that refresher. So this trip was definitely a refresher. That was my speech to company. Today is your day. Feed off of the energy of, if somebody else in the class has that energy, feed off of them. And get pumped. All right, so that's it, y'all. I've gone overtime once again. These podcasts are getting longer and longer. I'm sorry. I just got so much to share with you. But anyway, so I think we're going to be up out of here. Thank you for tuning in to episode number 7. That's all I got. I'm going to see you the next time I see you. And in the meantime, and in between time, do your thing.
Come on, let's go. Put your right leg to the side. Now jump. Put your left leg to the side. Now jump. Cross your arms, do it real tight. Now jump. Put your arms up real high. Now jump. Put your right leg to the side. Now jump. Put your left leg to the side. Now jump. Cross your arms, do it real tight. Now jump. Put your arms up.